Now we are going to learn about the most important formula in Excel, that is nothing but a VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP. How to use the VLOOKUP? What is the use of VLOOKUP is nothing but when you have a data with a unique entries, anything is a unique. For example, invoice number will be unique. There won't be a two invoice number for the same supplier, same date, same product, right? There will be a different invoice number will be there. Okay, invoice number we know here. Okay, we have a invoice numbers here. Based on invoice number, I would like to check the who is the supplier, or I would like to check what is the invoice amount it is, or I would like to check about a quantity how much he has been sold, or I would like to check about a product which one he has been supplied in that particular invoice number. Okay, to do that one we'll be using a VLOOKUP formula. For example, you have a so many suppliers. Here we have been taken around 15 suppliers. But if you have a 150 suppliers data, okay, 150 different invoice data you have. But we will not be able to search for each invoice. Immediately you need require a data. At that particular time, what you can do? You can, for example, invoice number basis you are searching. So here you can say invoice number. Okay, here you are providing the invoice number data. Okay, and I need a invoice amount. I need, consider invoice amount I need. Okay, for a given invoice number I would like to get to know about a invoice amount. Okay, to do that one we will be using a VLOOKUP formula. For example, here invoice number we consider 1211, that is here 1211 is there. Okay, that particular invoice, for that particular invoice I would like to know the invoice amount. I would like to know the invoice amount. Now you can say that here 2500. Okay, but when you are having a huge data, when you are having a huge data, it will be very difficult to keep searching a invoice number and amount at a time. For that we will be using a VLOOKUP formula. VLOOKUP formula, how it will work? VLOOKUP formula equal to VLOOKUP. Here VLOOKUP selected. Now first it is asking for the lookup value. Which one is the lookup value? For which invoice we are looking for? 2111. We'll select that one. 211211, that is the invoice we are looking for. For that invoice we are looking, comma, table array. Table array, when you are selecting a table array, always remember this one. When you are selecting a table array, in the sense the entire data table, it has to start from a invoice number, should not select a date. Okay, not to select a date, because we are searching for a invoice number and it has to be start from a invoice number. We have to select entire data. We have to select entire data like this. Okay, once you have been selected entire data, comma, column index number. Column index number is nothing but invoice amount in a which column. Invoice amount is in a which column. We have to count the column here in selected data. Invoice number is a first, second column, third column, fourth, fifth and sixth column. Even invoice amount is in a sixth column, so we'll select a 6. We'll write it as a 6. If you are someone asked for a payment status, yes, ninth column, 7, 8, ninth column. If someone asked for the product name, then it will be 1, 2, 3, fourth column. Okay, like this we have to count the column. We have to count the columns, comma, true or false we have to select. We need to match exactly, in the sense the invoice should be exactly match. Okay, it should not be approximately match. Okay, exact invoice is there, then only we have to get the data. So we'll select this one, double click on false, double click on that false, then close the bracket, enter. So it is given a 2500. Correct answer 2500. For example, if you say 1133, 1133. Then it is changing now 42,800, correct? If some unknown invoice you given, it will give a error because this invoice is not there in your database. Okay, this is not there in a database. So if you given a right invoice number, then only it will show the invoice amount by using a VLOOKUP formula. Again, we will do one more exercise for a VLOOKUP formula. Now we are going to check for a product name. Okay, by using a invoice number, we'll check for the product name. Product name. Okay, again we have to use the same VLOOKUP formula, equal to VLOOKUP VLOOKUP. Okay, double click on that formula VLOOKUP. Once you open a bracket, VLOOKUP value, again invoice number, we are looking for the invoice number. We are giving a invoice number, we are not giving a amount or this one. We like to get a amount and product name immediately, comma, table array is nothing but entire table we have to select. We'll use the shift key. Okay, and this table should be start from where it should be start. It should be start from a invoice number. Always remember, you are selecting here invoice number, comma, column index number, product name in a which column, count, not in a fifth column because we are not considering a date. We are selecting from a invoice number. So 1 2 3 fourth column, 4, comma, it should be exactly match, invoice number should be exactly match. So exact match, close the bracket, enter. You will get a laptop. For example, 1263, see, 1263 register, total amount is a 1365. Okay, like this you can change the format here to get it in a currency only, like this. Okay, so we can use this particular formula, VLOOKUP formula, when you like to search the data very easily. By using a VLOOKUP formula, you can search any data with very easily. We can search. The only thing we have to remember, what you are searching for, what is a key for searching, that is the invoice number, that should be first. We have to, in selecting, while selecting a array, second thing, when you're selecting a array, that should be start from a your key. Okay, from key it should start, and we have to count in which column data we are extracting. We have to count 1 2 3 4 5 6 column, like this, and false is for the exact match. Okay, very easy. Practice 1 or 2 times, you will get to know about a VLOOKUP formula in detail.